Welcome back. This is Jerry and Woody's horror movie review. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Woody.
And today we're going to go ahead and talk about Nightbreed and Phantasm. Now these aren't movies that have just come out recently, but these are movies that really do need to be talked about because
Classics.
They are classics. Very right, my friend. Very right. Talk about Nightbreed. One of the first movies that was actually adapted to film from a comic book. The premise is you have a young guy who's getting these weird dreams. He's seeing a psychiatrist. He's having these visions of monsters in this city underground, and
Midian.
That's right. The city of Midian, where the monsters live, and he's confiding in his psychiatrist, who's actually a psychotic.
And the psychiatrist is played by David Cronenberg.
David Cronenberg. This is very right. And ends up dying, but being resurrected. And he meets all kinds of wild, weird characters. Doug Bradley actually plays a mental patient who's trying to get accepted by these monsters of Midian because he wants to live amongst them, because he feels that he's dark enough, or he's a monster himself, trapped in human form. Ends up actually taking these two thumb razors and peeling off his face. It's freaking cool.
Special effects are very up to par on that one.
The makeup is phenomenal. I mean, there's so many monsters, and there's so many different guises and different, powers for the most part. Being able to transmute through walls or change themselves into different things.
And Midian is located under a cemetery. And when you go under the ground there into the cemetery, you go underneath into Midian, it's cavernous, it's huge, and there's just all these
catacombs,
these creatures.
It's very, very cool. But definitely a good movie to see.
Yes.
We also want to talk about Phantasm.
Oh boy, do we. We want to talk about Phantasm. And I've got the balls to talk about Phantasm.
Yes,
I've got the ball to talk about Phantasm. Angus Scrimm, Reggie Bannister, Michael A. Baldwin. Now, we met Reggie and Angus
at a horror convention some years back.
Yes. Actually, two different horror conventions that we've been to.
This is true. This is very true. Angus couldn't remember your name.
That's right. Well, Angus didn't remember what flight he came in on either. However,
what a nice guy.
He
really
was very
nice
dude,
you know?
Yes, very nice.
Very soft-spoken.
Very funny. Reggie was very funny, too. Reggie
character.
Was very, very funny.
Now, that movie was based upon, it's sort of a twist on reality, on interdimensional travel.
Yes, very sci-fi.
But at the same time, very horror-packed, too, because you had the morgue, the mortuary. You had the tall man, Angus Scrimm.
You have the graveyard. You have the portal, which is like an inter-trans-dimensional doorway. And as the series have developed, they explained more and more about the portal, which is key to the movie.
You had dwarves running around. You had some very hot chicks that are.
There was nudity.
Killed.
In 1979, that was some of the first nudity I got to see.
You need to get out more.
Well, I was only 14 then, so.
Well, you're not anymore, and I got singles.
And it was good nudity too.
But they also had these steel balls that would actually...
Not these steel balls. Those steel balls. That would actually fly through the air with their prongs, clamp onto your skull, and this little drill would come out, go through your forehead, through your the bridge of your nose, and basically just drain you of all your blood. It was like a little traveling siphon pump. It was weird. There's these really weird sounds when they flew through. But you could almost say that Angus Scrimm played the role of a man who jumped through different dimensions to bring humans to be his slaves. He was enslaving us. As we died, he would go to the graveyards and to the funeral homes and the mortuaries, and he would take the bodies and shrink them down so that he could send them to his planet and use them as slaves. That's pretty much the gamut of the movie, right?
Yeah, that's what it was. But they're both movies very cool. But we got to take off. We'll be back. Keep an eye out.
Same time, same channel.